Hey friends, we are here in Beverly Hills for a screening of My Old Ass. So as usual, we're gonna check out this event, watch the show, and then head back to the couch so we can do our deep dive. Interestingly enough, this is actually the second event and second time I'm gonna see this film, so let's see how my opinion changes from our beach day to our now aloe day. Let's go.
We hope you guys have fun and enjoy. This was such an amazingly fun movie to make, and hopefully it's as much fun to watch. There's not actually any real mushrooms in the mushroom bucket, unfortunately, but enjoy the treats, and hope you enjoy your trip to Canada. Anything you want to add?
This is like so exciting. I have so many of my friends are in this room. I've seen the Aloe Instagram videos for a long time, and now I've been offered a cold plunge, so I'm really looking forward to that. Wow. That's really cool. But, you want to come? Yeah, okay, perfect. We made this movie like literally 2 years ago, and I've been holding it very tightly for 2 years, and it's like the most exciting thing to get to like be in a room with people and know that you guys are about to watch it. It's like so surreal. So yeah, thank you for coming. This is so cool.
We hope you like it.
Hope you like it.
Have fun.
Alrighty friends, we are back at home. As you saw in the earlier clips, this is actually my second watch of this film, My Old Ass. I gotta say, movies need to be watched multiple times to truly appreciate everything about them. I watched this film twice, and I have to say, the second time that I watched it, I truly appreciated what the film was. In a first watch of the film, I think you watch it selfishly. I think you watch it to kind of see what you can get out of it. You know, what are the immediate things that you can gravitate to, and if you can't gravitate towards anything, you immediately dismiss it. The second watch of a film is where the film gives you what it intended to give you. You've removed your biases, you're watching exactly what it is. I feel like you find more of what the movie was intending to say versus what you wanted it to say. The first time that I watched Deadpool and Wolverine, I watched it as a critic, and I watched it at the premiere. But I had my pen and paper, I was writing everything down, and my focus was more on how many times did Deadpool and Wolverine say the F word. 116 times, just so you're aware. And it was more on what I could get out of the film. I was searching for meaning, for the first thing that I could talk about and post about. And as a critic, it's really hard because that is our job. Our job is to analyze these films and to say something that no one else is saying. And to not only give the movie something new that maybe it didn't even know that it was trying to say, but also to give audiences something to want, something to appreciate before they even watch this film. Or to discredit it entirely and to stop you from wasting your time. But our role is to be the first barricade to a film, or at least that's how critics have slowly become. The second time that I watched Deadpool and Wolverine, I bawled my eyes out because I finally understood deeper, on a deeper level, what it wanted me to see and what it wanted me to know and what I was supposed to get, me personally. And mind you, everyone is going to get something different out of a film, but for me, watching that film, I bawled, I cried, because I heard when Wade Wilson said, I wanted to matter. And I heard when Logan had so many people that were rooting for him and wanting him to be great, and he just ignored them until it was too late and they weren't there anymore. And I was crying because this was something that I resonate to on such a personal level. If you know me, if you're one of my followers, you know that the one thing that I want more than anything is immortality. And what I mean by that is I want the time on this earth to outlive me, whether it be in books, in my acting roles, in my movie reviews. I want my footprint and I want my time on this earth to live past my lifetime, past my kids' lifetime, past my grandkids' lifetime. I want to matter beyond myself, and that's what I mean by immortality. So when watching My Old Ass, the first time that I watched it, I was annoyed. I was so annoyed, and I was so focused on the magics of this film, because the whole premise of this film is that an 18-year-old who's about to leave off to college and goes with her friends in the woods to do shrooms. And on this, she has a trip, she has a good time, and she ends up seeing her future self, Aubrey Plaza. And it's this really beautiful coming-of-age story where you kind of learn about yourself and you learn about what it means to be a good member of your family and what it means to grow up and to find out who you are, not only as a young adult, but in your own sexuality, in your friendships, your relationships. You know, it's a beautiful telling of a summer. You know, it's a summer of youth. It's the summer I turned pretty. It's the summer I discovered myself. It's the summer I discovered who I want to be. And semi-spoiler, but not really, because I'm pretty sure it was in the trailers, Aubrey Plaza, the older self, puts her number into the younger version's cell phone. And so they have this really fun communication back and forth via text message, via phone, and they build this relationship while trying to build each other. But there's a magic to movies, and there's a magic to magic in movies. You know, Harry Potter, they had wands. They needed the wands in order to cast the spells. And if you're watching The Magicians on Sci-Fi, you know, they needed the hand movements in order to conjure up whatever they needed. Hot Tub Time Machine, you had to be in the time machine. But there's a law to magic in movies, and when you break that law, audience loses, it's the disconnect happens. You know, you begin to question the movie in its entirety. If anything can happen, then what's the point? You know, what's the point when you build up these structures and then you break them down? And in the movie, My Old Ass, you know, the whole premise is we need the drugs in order to see one another. And I'm okay with the cell phones, you know, whatever. It's telecommunication. It wasn't like a face-to-face thing, but in order for us to see each other face-to-face, we needed the drugs. And the movie breaks that down towards the end in a very significant way that I'm not going to tell you because I want you to be able to see this, but it took me out of it. It took me out of the whole movie. And it was very frustrating. Second time I watched it, I didn't care. I didn't care because in my frustration in the first time of me watching this, I lost what the movie was really trying to say. And it's really a movie about appreciating the little things while you have it. It's about appreciating your youth because, God, does time go by so fast. And they have this beautiful analogy about, and again, spoiler, so please turn this video off if it's not something, if you want to like experience this movie in its entirety and you want to experience this analogy. I already gave you time. But they have this beautiful analogy about, you know, do you remember the last time that you stopped playing as a kid? You know, like you went out and you were riding your bikes and you were just imagining, you were just playing as a child and pretending that you were fighting dragons or being hunted down by zombies. You're riding your bike and you were just playing. But do you remember the last time that you did that? And the answer is no. You know, you don't remember the last time you just genuinely used your imagination for play with a bunch of friends in your neighborhood. And then they go on to say, you know, how sad that is. That one day you just woke up, you got on your bike, you went out and played with your friends, you came home, you put your bike away, and you just never again did that. And it's hard to miss something like that because you never really think about it again. And that's the thing about missing something. You only miss it when you remember it. And it's a matter of you putting forth that effort in things again. It's important to pay attention to those moments because you never know when it's going to be the last time that you ever do that again. And that was the premise that I missed the first time watching it. I was so concerned about the magic of this movie that I never paid attention to what the movie was really trying to say. And it's about, you know, us as we get older, we forget to remember the things that matter, and we're so quick to go on to the next thing. And especially in this content creation world and in this movie reviewing world, we're so concerned about being the first person to get this interview or get this small little nuanced thing that was in the comics that we miss what the movie was really trying to say. Deadpool and Wolverine, I want to matter. This movie, My Old Ass, pay attention to the details. Pay attention to you and everyone around you and just care. You know, I think that's really what this movie was trying to say. It's that we don't have that long on this earth and it's important to take care and treat everyone and treat yourself very precious. And I miss that. And it's such a bummer that I did because I think had I gotten that the first time, there's more I would have gotten out of this second watch. Or even a third watch. Maybe I have to go back and watch it again a third time. And I know that's going to be hard because there are some movies that you just aren't. There are some movies that I will not watch again. But there are some movies that sometimes they need a second or a third watch for you to absorb more of what it was trying to say. And as an audience member and as a viewer, as a movie viewer, we have to stop being so selfish with these movies and trying to get whatever it is that we want out of the movie. My Old Ass is a great movie. I'm trying to not give you too many spoilers because I keep getting a lot of people mad at me when I do give too much. But all I'll say is this movie is wonderful. I think that it's a beautiful coming of age story. It's a beautiful, not coming out story, but coming to yourself story and being okay with who you are. Because who you are is more than okay. It's perfect, it's wonderful, it's everything. But it's not about coming out. It's about being who you are and being okay with who you are and allowing life to happen. Because it's gonna happen whether you want it to or not. This movie is coming out soon. That's all I'm going to say about this movie right now. But again, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and go watch My Old Ass. Please. If you're an Aubrey Plaza fan, just know that she's not in this movie as much as you probably want her to be in this movie, but she's in this movie. And she does cry a little bit. So please, go watch it, and I will see you guys for the next one. Hasta pasta.